Hello chickadees, KonMari here. Today I want to talk about the KonMari Method, or the life-changing magic of tidying up. I was trying to read this backwards, by Marie Kondo. Marie Kondo is a Japanese tidying and cleaning consultant, and supposedly if you use the KonMari Method, you will never relapse again into mess and chaos. I wanted to try this because, well, someone gave me the book to read and I read it, and a lot of the stuff she said makes sense. But pretty much I'm just a messy person. I have a lot of clutter, a lot of stuff, a lot of things around the room, just kind of scattered here and there because I have no place for them. So there's going to be a pile of books here, or, you know, this or that there. And it's just hectic. I can never find what I want, or it's never where I put it. It's just a little bit difficult. So one thing that she says in her book is that you should at first envision what you want and really think about why you're doing this. The reason I'm doing this is because I have a pretty crazy life right now. I am a CNA. I work 34 hours a week, but then I'm on call, so sometimes I'm working over 40 hours a week. And then doing YouTube is essentially another job. It's a second job for me. So I spend a lot of time doing that, so it's very hard to have time to just clean. And when I am busy, let's face it, the first thing that I don't do is cleaning. My house is never top priority on my list. There's dirty, the laundry piles up, there's dishes here and there that aren't done, and it's the first thing I always forget to do. What I would like is, because I have to be at work at 6 in the morning, I guess my envision would be being able to get up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock with all the lights out because Josh is still sleeping. Get up, walk over to the desk, pick up my phone, walk into the closet and not trip over anything, not knock anything over, not run into anything. Be able to get my clothes, get all my stuff, get my purse, and get ready for work without having to hunt down where my badge is for work, or go running around because I can't find my left shoe. I mean, it's just because then I have to be quiet too, and let's face it, I'm not a quiet person either. So I guess that's really what I want out of this, if I had to envision it, something that's clean and organized, where I know where things are without a lot of hassle, a lot of fuss. Things just put away where they belong. So I'm going to take you guys on this journey with me in case you were interested in doing it, or in case you just want to watch me flail around crazily and go through my stuff. So what we're going to start with now is the before. Now, like I said, I'm a messy person and I'm busy, so about 2 days, for like 2 or 3 days beforehand, I did not clean the room at all. You can see there's stuff just overflowing on the bookshelves. There is a lot of crap. The desk, there's always going to be wires showing just because of the way we have this set up. You can see Josh there. And, I mean, just a mess. I started recording this video actually after I had taken all my clothes and thrown them on the bed. So they're all over there, as I'm sure, yeah, I show in just a second. But yeah, there's just stuff overflowing everywhere. There's some storage solutions I tried, but did not end up using or keeping in any way, shape, or form. They're all my clothes. I never realized how many clothes I have, because it always feels like I don't have any clothes, and I never can find clothes I want to wear. This is our closet. It's a pretty big closet. However, there is a lot of crap shoved in this little closet. There's also eaves on the side that have more stuff shoved in there. A lot of times we can't get the dresser drawers to close. I mean, you can just see that mess right there. So that was my before. This is the process. So first things first, what Marie Kondo says is you need to do it all at once. You need to go through all your stuff at one point in time and get it all taken care of at that time, because this is not something you should separate. You want to get the full experience. You want to see exactly what your house will look like cleaned within a short period of time. Then you discard by category, not location. So you start in this order. You go clothing, books, paper, miscellaneous items, and then sentimental items. I would probably add in a necessary item category, just because some things you think are a necessity are not. guess, is you have to put everything on the floor. There's not a lot of floor space in my room, so I just decided to make the bed and throw everything on the bed. And then you have to go through it. So obviously starting with clothing. You have to hold every single item, pick it up, touch it, move it around a little bit, and ask yourself, does this spark joy? If it does, keep it. If it doesn't, put it aside to donate or sell. So, I mean, there's only a couple exceptions, I guess. I mean, I'm sure Marie Kondo would say there's no exceptions to this. But there was a couple items. Does it bring me joy? Yes, but. And there was always that little but. So, does this bring me joy? Yes, but I haven't worn it in 6 months. Or yes, but I'm probably never going to wear it again. If I really honestly thought I was never going to wear it again, even if it made me happy, I got rid of it. And if it was something that was seasonal and it did make me happy, I kept it because, let's face it, I live in Maine. Winter is about 8 months long here at the end of the day. So we don't have a lot of reasons to wear shorts except for like 1 month out of the year. The only other buts I could possibly think of that I came up with was, does this bring me joy? No. But it is the only pair of jeans I have. In which case I did keep, because most of the time I wear scrubs. As you can see, I'm wearing my scrubs in the video, because unfortunately I ended up working late that day and didn't have any time to change. So I kept one pair of pants because it was the only pair of jeans I had, or if it was something I knew I was going to have to replace in a couple of months but was still in good condition. I kept it because they still make me happy. But those are the only real things that I had any other problems with. So another thing she says is that you should make every single person leave the room before you do this. I didn't, but Josh sat in the corner with his headphones on and just ignored me for a couple of hours, which worked out fine because I was mostly going through my stuff anyways. But you need to focus. You shouldn't have Netflix on. You shouldn't have the TV going. She even says you shouldn't really have music going either. So you can give it your full attention and really not be influenced, because if you're listening to really happy music, things might bring you joy that don't actually bring you joy. So now I'm going through the papers, which is a pain. I found out I tend to hoard things that I don't actually need in life. We tend to hoard warranties that were expired. I found a lot of mail that had nothing, like 2 years old. And I tend to hoard notebooks. I don't know, I've always done that though. I have a ton of notebooks that I want to keep, but I don't even use all that many notebooks. I think I had bought like 2 packages of the legal pad notebooks. I think that's the stack right there. And I got rid of all of them. And I only kept a couple spiral bound notebooks because really, we don't use that many notebooks. When I was in school, yeah, I would have blown through all of those, but now I don't do that anymore. Then magazines. Most magazines, you're only going to read once and then get rid of. Another thing that Marie Kondo talks about is how someday means never, which is very true. A lot of things you keep because someday I'm going to go through this and organize it, or someday I'm going to finish typing up all these papers that I want typed up, or someday I'm going to read that 8-book series that's on my bookshelf. Someday means never, and I can admit that I've found that to be true even though I don't want it to be. There are many some days that I did end up getting rid of in this process, and honestly, I don't really regret it. One thing I've kind of learned is that when it comes down to it, I tend to buy things on sale or clearance, that I think I need. So books, I am so guilty of. I love books, I love reading. I would end up going to a local store called Bull Moose, which had clearance bins, books for under $1, and I would just go through, oh, that sounds good, that one sounds good, and I'd buy them. But then I'd still have, 5 to 10 books on the shelf that I hadn't read yet, and I had planned on reading. Or I have books that I read halfway through and stop reading them. A particular author from Maine, I tend to read half of their book or get to the part where you start to understand what's going on, and then I put it down. I don't know why, because they're a great author, but I just do. So I got rid of a lot of those books. Another thing she says is never stop to organize while you are going through your stuff. Get rid of everything first. I'm going to talk about some of the practicality of the way she does this. Now, this is awesome if you have the time off from work to do it. You can take like 4 days and just clean everything out, get rid of it all, take it up to Goodwill or the dump or whatever, get rid of it. That's awesome. And then go through piece by piece and put everything back where it belongs. However, like I said, I was on call the day that I did this. I had normally get out of work at like 2:30, but I ended up having to stay till about 5, which gave me only like 4 to 5 hours to do this. Unfortunately, I also didn't have anywhere to put the stuff that I had gone through to store it, except for in the closet, which we need access to. So I had to do this in like 3-day increments of time, because then the next day we were recording videos all day. So in between little recording session breaks, I'd go in and get rid of a couple more stuff and move on. I didn't have the time to dedicate 3 days to it this week. The week that I'm doing this, because I do a 2-week rotating schedule, ended up being my week that I only have really 1 day off. And sorry, Josh is laying on the bed right now with his cell phone, and when it goes off, it makes that noise. Like that. So I didn't have the time to dedicate to just one solid cleaning session. I managed to keep the mindset going over the course of a couple days, but if you're not that person that can keep it going, don't do that. Find a way, schedule the time, and do it that way. I'm pretty good at focusing on certain things like that. However, if you don't think you can do that, if you think you'll get halfway through and then go to bed, and then the next day you're going to wake up and be like, oh, I really wanted to read that book that's in my trash pile, or don't. Just get rid of it, rip it off quick like a Band-Aid, make it work. So eventually, I did get through almost 80% of what I had to do, and this is the result of the first day. I did hang up all my clothes and fold everything and get rid of that. You can see the shelves are actually bare now in the closet. Things are actually where they belong. And at the end of the day, I felt excessively happy. For some weird reason, I was happy. I felt like I had achieved something, although the room looked like a war zone because I didn't put everything away because you're not supposed to. So after all that, what it essentially comes down to is that I feel like so far this has been a great method, and there's going to be a couple videos in this series because I don't want it to be too long. So I just want to thank you guys for watching, and I will hope you guys enjoy going on this journey with me. If you wanted the name of the book again, it's called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. The book that I have says it's sold 3 million copies, but I'm sure she's sold more by now. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.